What is up, everyone? Alright, let's see if we can beat Babylonia today. We're at the final stretch here. Gotta fight the annoying ass beast mobs, chaos tide bullshit. What could go wrong? Alright. So what do we even want out of this? I guess salami. Like, that won't help for Babylonia, but in the long run we need her passives. Really, we need everybody, but alrighty. Just Saber. Let's see, we just beat Corrupted Ushi, which that was a whole experience. This is probably one of the big boys that turns into a beast later with just a lot of health. And I gotta remove myself again because we ain't doing nothing with the... What we've been doing lately is, like, if we already beat a farming stage a bunch on our own, then we can farm it with the other account just to speed up time. But I end up getting in the way, so it's too hard to summon Cairo. Actually, I haven't really been farming anyway, just been too busy. Okay, so Billy it is. Hopefully this might... I know at some point you fight two of these guys, but I don't think that's until like the end of a chapter or something like that. So I think it's one more big one, and then it's probably the two big guys, and then it's the beast version of these guys. If I'm right about that, I can just throw the sabers at it like this and we should be fine. Back row. I don't know if Mash is worth anything, because he might be low on health at that point because of the Chaos Tide, but I'll try it anyway. There's Jufu for the baby heal, but that's not that great. Guess I can do this. Let's see. Is he even gonna NP? I mean, yeah, if he gets it, it's fine. Just throw K-Scope on everybody, it'll work out eventually. And then please don't make me use her, because we will die. Alright, this is pretty good. Yeah, I don't like headaches. I get them pretty often, it's annoying. Good luck with that GP, hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, has NA started their event? Because I'll need to play that event some just to get some loot on NA. Probably do that when we're done with Babylonia. Wait, there's Earthquake here? Oh, shit. Well, I didn't actually change the team at all. Okay, so yeah, Kid Guild just backed up a step. I guess our back row is probably different, but that was interesting. Alright, let's see. Chaos Tide doing some damage. Please don't kill Kid Gil right now. And crisis averted. I guess I'll use Kid Gil's thing in case he gets attacked. So the bad ending here is he like double crits Kid Gil when we die to the Chaos Tide. Or get NP drained. Honestly, it's like this point I should just use Billy's skill. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I can do that. I'll wait. If Billy gets drained, then we'll have to use it. Imagine starting with K-Scope and having your passive, and then you can't get your NP. What a fucking shit show. Okay, that's the support Billy. He can Brave Chain. Did he remove our buffs? I shouldn't have Charisma'd then. Wow, this is... Somehow we're just getting no damage at all. Like we've somehow lost all of our damage and we're not getting our NPs. When we started with K-Scope. Lottery started last night, you'll have to check that out. Dude, Kid Gil is just gonna do nothing if He's charisma didn't do anything, we didn't use the star thing, and he's not gonna NP, so big yikes. I'm just gonna restart. Like, I think we can win, but like that's just so unsatisfying. I will remind everyone though, it is best not to like waste apples and that kind of thing in a lottery event until the better nodes are available. Like, any AP you use now beyond your daily cap or like, you know, regeneration is just wasted. You're just getting less boom for your buck. I really do recommend, unless you don't have time later, I recommend, you know, waiting. I'm not sure I even bring a back row because of Earthquake. Like, I'm sure that these three can do it, you just need to actually get your shit. Maybe Mash, just because if she gets in, we can use the battery from her. No, I think we just go with these three. Just don't use charisma until the turn you actually NP and we're fine. Yeah, I think that is right. I think it did have better nodes from the beginning, but I don't think they're as good as the final one. Unless you have all the nodes right away, but I don't think you do. But am I... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I get it. I remember now. Yeah. It's like Tesla Fest and all that. It's where they rotate them. You've got like, it's like every few days they change, right? And they've got the nodes from low to high from the beginning. That's right. It's just the final rotation is the one that lasts, I think, the longest or something like that. Although maybe not with Scathfest. It was kind of a baby event. Yeah, I was wrong. I forgot about that. Well then, fuck it. Go ham. Yeah, go nuts. Okay. Really, I'm not sure there's any reason to not just use these right away. It's so stupid when you have K-Scope, but, we do that. I just want everyone to NP on the same turn with Charisma. Kid Gil is making that a bit difficult. Please don't drain me. Why? What? Did Tiamat not love you enough? Like, what the fuck? It's always got to be this guy. Okay, you know what? We're just not even gonna... We're not gonna Kid Gil here. Alright, so... I might do... He might lose the Charisma, but I'm gonna try to... be cheeky here and get, like, do one at a time. I don't even know if I should bring Kid Gil if this keeps happening. Probably have a better turn one buffer. Okay, don't remove back Billy's charisma buff. Okay, that's fine. Not ideal, but I'll take it. 40 stars. Quick chain again. I'm healing Kid Gil because he's the only one that could potentially get his NP. Oh, we might lose. I don't think this is enough oomph. 31 boxes in. You're going pretty ham. Shoot it again, indeed. I don't think we got quite enough oomph here. I'll need to bring at least one back row unit, I think. I don't know, Kid Gil might have it, because I can evade him in a second. Kid Gil's got independent action, so he gets okay crit damage. Got his NP. Alright, don't drain me. Alright, good. Yeah, we might have this, actually. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do when I have to fight two of these. Can you believe it took that long for Kid Gil to get his NP when he had K-Scope and an NP game buff? And it took him, what, turn 5 to get his NP. And he obviously doesn't have his charisma anymore. Alright, we got it. I don't even care about that. That is not the best hand we could have gotten. Now that I think about it, it would have been better if Billy died, because then I would have been guaranteed a Buster card. Alright, we got it. That's kind of messed up that we got 0 Buster cards there. But Billy's only got 1. Kid Gil's got 2 though, so we have 3 total. So we have 3 Buster cards, 10 cards in the deck. Get 5. I think we were favored to get a Buster card. Alright, this is probably the 2. Please tell me they have less HP. I don't actually know, but I really hope that they do. Probably Earthquake again. Let's see, I could... Thinking Berserkers, maybe, because like I can get value out of them no matter like, if they get shuffled or not. Man, if they both have 600k health, I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay, Mash is fine. He's kind of okay, it's just his NP at NP1 is pretty bad. Yeah, we did all the Ushi fights yesterday. I don't know if she's worth. Depends on how much HP they've got. Okay, hold up. We'll do normal card damage. Alright, just don't give me a bad shuffle and this might do okay. Yeah, I forgot that the final Ushi fight, they didn't spam their NP. So I was like, I thought we were in so much trouble, but it was still annoying and awful and super RNG and all that, but it wasn't like as bad as I thought. Okay, so they don't have as much HP. This one has the danger tag, so that one needs to go first. So this Billy Brave Chain, but it's with Art, which isn't anything too special. We'll just double NP now. Okay, they might drain his buffs, but that's better than like Billy, so. I'll do this. This Kid Gil's NP is still important. So I guess it's all the Grail fronts that aren't available day 1 on NA, I would assume. Yeah, I'll probably play NA tomorrow. The older Grail fronts are pretty terrible, but still it'll be fun to mess around a bit. Alright, very lucky. Kid Gil still got his stuff. I wonder if Kid Gil can do 62. I kind of doubt it, but I don't know, we'll see. No. Wow. So you know what Kid Gil needs? He needs a battery, and I really mean that. Like, a lot of units to give batteries to don't need it, and it's just very silly. But Kid Gil needs a battery, in my opinion, because the way he has no survivability and that kind of stuff. So I'd like to see him get a battery and a buster up. I think that'd be perfect for him. That way he actually hits hard and gets it quick, but then dies quickly.
Okay.
Crits, Billy? There you go. Alright, it's only 100k, we're fine. This wasn't as bad as I thought it was. The previous stage was probably worse. Just crit forehead. Kid Gil did it. Damn it. Alright, I think we're about to fight the beast version of these guys now.
Okay.
I think this is the last time you fight the normies. I don't know why I didn't evade there. I could have evaded with the back billy and evaded someone with the Mystico. I think we start getting healing every turn soon. That might be the next stage, but maybe it's the stage after. Hey Eli, what's up? Dude, I am not gonna miss this Chaos Tide gimmick. I hate it so much. Okay. I think the next chapter is the last one. I guess I would agree that Grail Front is probably more entertaining than some of the random like filler nonsense that we get, but I don't think it's as good as like actual like normal FGO gameplay when it's like good to final, maybe even Setsubun, those style of events. You know, at normal Gilfest, Tesla Fest, you know, I like the regular gameplay more. Like, Grail Front is just very, very shallow. Now, it's fixable. I think they could make Grail Front a lot better, especially if like the maps were bigger and you had more freedom. And so then the map design could be, because that's a big part of the problem, is they can't be very clever with the map design, because basically the AI is so bad that the maps have to be like these corridors, like just hallways, to babysit the shitty AI. So they can't do fun stuff that, like, if you look at the map design in like Fire Emblem and other like turn-based strategy games, what they do to make it interesting, they're not able to do in Grail Front, and that's just because the AI is so bad. So FGO needs to fix the AI so then they can make much more open maps, right? They probably need to change the grid system to be like not those circles, because that looks really bad, and especially if you do try to make bigger maps with like more like, oh, you're holding up in a fort in this area and over here it's a wide open area and that kind of stuff. The circle stuff doesn't work very well for that, so they should probably switch to like a grid, like a square grid, which, you know, almost every fucking turn-based game does, by the way, so I don't know why they did the stupid circle stuff. But yeah, get rid of the circle stuff, fix the AI, make better maps, and then instead of giving us craft essences, give us like mode-specific passives we can use so you can balance it, right? Because the craft essences don't work very well. So you make some of those changes, and it actually could be pretty good if you start balancing it more like that. But the first step is definitely fixing the AI, because almost all of the problems in Grail Front stem from the AI being so bad that they have to like make the maps really dumb to like hold the AI's hand and all this other nonsense. So yeah, they gotta fix that. Okay, I guess we're fighting, I thought we were gonna fight beasts now, but I guess we're fighting more of the leftover Tiamat, like demonic beasts. I thought we were done with that, but apparently not. Okay, so I presume the Lancers are the like first generation of the kiddos. So they're gonna be the main problem, so I guess we'll go with Theon. I wonder if it's just gonna be Rider into Lancer or if it's like mixed. Wait, do we have an Archer support from story support? I didn't look. Yep, yeah we do, and I don't think she has any gimmicks or anything, so that's pretty useless. If this was Lost Belt 6, they would have forced us to bring her. Alright, Jinkai, please no Chaos Tide, although I'm pretty sure there's Chaos. I think every stage has Chaos Tide from this point. I don't think they ever give that up. Even on Tiamat, it's there, although it doesn't exactly matter because you have like the healing. Do I even? Yeah, it's fine. Do I bring Sanson? Maybe Jufu. Jason, I guess. Maybe do it like that. What do I give her? I just want her to have like more attack stat, really. That's 800, 900. I guess that one's the 900. This song's a banger, man. And yes, Shufu is in the general pool, FP summon, all that. So she's quite easy to get. Oh, no chaos start, I suppose. A little calm before the storm here. Lucky crit. You know, Tiamat is like my least... I'm least concerned about Tiamat, and I felt like that way since the very beginning of Babylonia. My biggest concerns are the stage we actually just did, Corrupted Ushi, which that's done, quests, and then that one stage where you fight like 1,000,000 of the giant beast guys. That one that's pretty. If I can beat that, we're good. You know, Jufu probably does more normal card damage. Level 70 versus 60. And yeah, we did Corrupted Ushi. That was yesterday. I haven't uploaded the VOD yet, but I'll do that after this stream. It was pretty aggravating, I'm not gonna lie. I did not enjoy it. I never really do enjoy Corrupted Ushi on my like scuffed accounts because it's just too much RNG. It just is what it is. Like I've done it with the 1 to 3 star account and then this account and stuff, and it's just super RNG. A big part of the issue though is that fight I think is really designed around you doing certain things that you really can't do if your account is that scuffed and you're not summoning a support. So like, they want you to like buff up and try to nuke Ushi turn 1, or you know, wait a few turns and then do a big AoE and nuke all 3 of them, right? That's what they want you to do. And it's not actually that hard to do that because she doesn't have that much HP, but when you're working with a really shitty account and you can't summon a OP support to carry you from your friend, you're just not getting those damage thresholds, right? It's just not going to happen, and because of that, the RNG gets really ridiculous. Alright, that'll kill it. Oh, there's 3 waves. I thought we were going to go into the Lancers, but I guess not. Or it's both. Okay, that's actually good for me. I think I'll save Charlotte's NP and see if she can insta-death the Lancer. So I guess we Jufu NP just to make stars. It is kind of neat though, like if you're going to try to one-turn Corrupted Ushi, you bring a single target because she's only the one who's up. But then if you're going to try to one-shot her like on turn 2 or 3, then you need to bring AoE. And also, like back in the day, what you would do is just bring a full team of units that were competent, so you didn't care about the Earthquake. But if you're going to go for like a one-shot nowadays, you just bring 3 servants, or 4 and you use the Switch Mystic code. Damn, we didn't actually kill him. I'm hoping she doesn't actually kill. Yeah, there we go, so I get 2 quick. Alrighty. Will we insta-death? With our insta-death up. I'm gonna save the attack up for our Sabers. It's just smart. Come on, impress me. You got that cool hat that obviously gives you instant death up, right? Damn it. 36k. I had so much hope in that knife. She killed Ozzy, or Audie, right, Odysseus? How come she can't kill a cackling kiddo? Maybe I should have saved that for the Sabers. Bet you King of Song would have insta-killed it. I could evade her. She's close to getting her NP, but you know what? We'll just do that. This probably won't kill though. We don't have any buffs. We have the defense down and that's it. That's kind of funny that she did the same damage as Charlotte when Charlotte had a bunch of buffs. Like she had Jufu's buff and stuff. And like, both Charlotte and Jinkei have self-damage ups. But Charlotte had hers and Jinkei didn't have hers, so... It just shows the difference there. 2-star, or sorry, 1-star versus 3-star. Also non-upgraded NP versus upgraded NP. And quick versus art. Although the difference between quick and art is so tiny. But like it's busters actually on average do the least damage. Like if everything's equal, like same attack stat, same multiplier, same everything, Buster does slightly less than art, and then art does slightly less than quick. But the difference is so small between like the ones right next to each other, it's not a big deal. But the difference between Buster and quick can be a bit noticeable. Yeah, you can see that with like Ishtar, Space Ishtar, if you use her different NP colors in the exact same context, and then you keep doing it to make up for like low high roll stuff, you will see that the quick does a little bit more. Reese would have insta-killed without meaning to. Yeah, that is the way of it. I don't think I do anything here, because if these two die, it's actually fine, so we'll just get some NP game. Because Dion's NP is so good, guys. Yeah. Damn it, Buster down, that sucks. I'm not gonna cast that because I actually want her to die. Sounds bad, wanting Charlotte to die. I probably should not have buffed the second skill there because of that. Oh, this is a bit of a slogfest right now. Man, I don't think I'll say this on any other account, but I want to get Attila the Hun because then we'll actually have an NP that does some degree of damage. Like we have Jason, who's got just horrible NP damage, Dion, who doesn't do damage, Gilius, whose NP doesn't do damage. So we just have no like boss nuking. Going with Dion over Gilius just because higher crit chance. Mr. whatever their names are, I forget, but can you just die, please? Like, holy crap. Okay, here we go. We do this number. There we go. Okay, I think now it's beast time. Completely forgot about that stage, and that took way longer than I thought it would. I'll take that loot, though. A new humanity. I'm pretty sure this is the chapter with Tiamat in it, so... I'm so looking forward to Solomon, dude. Oh, I can't wait for that. We just gotta be smart about it, because basically, when you get to Guadia, your mash dies, and then when she's dead, you can't use her. Like, never mind in the story, if you like get up to Guadia, the cutscene plays where mash dies, you cannot go do an event with mash. You can't do that, she's dead. And so, I can't slot her in my support list for Cairo to summon her, and he can't do the same for me, if we both get there at the same time, so we just have to make sure we stagger it, so we can summon each other's mash, because... Spoilers, alright? Chat, you want another spoiler? I'm gonna super run it for you now. They cop out the death and then she comes back to life, chat. I just ruined FGO for everyone. I wonder what happened if you do an event stage where you have to bring mash. I don't know. She probably is on the team then, because there are, I think, a few events. They don't do that often. But I think there have been a few events where you like have to use mash in a stage. That is pretty rare though. It's normally an event servant instead. But yeah, I don't know. That'd be really hard to figure out. Because you'd have to just sit there at Guadia. Maybe they've changed it too. I don't know. Maybe they've made it so mash is only not usable in the story there now. Maybe it's maybe she is available. I don't know. Because like maybe they thought of that. That's a really easy thing to change under the hood, and I don't think anyone would even notice if they had done that. So, why are we fighting a Saber again? I don't even okay, we'll just do what we did before. I did not remember fighting another Saber before the Beastie Boys. We'll just do the same thing. Please tell me there's no earthquake. I don't think there is. I think they stopped that gimmick when you're like out of that cave or whatever. I think we're good. Guess Berserker clean up in case this goes bad. Actually, I'm gonna be really ballsy and I'm gonna bring Gen K. I gotta get that Bond 6 for Guadia. Saber, Tiamat, duh. I'd make people happy, I figure, if they just got any version of Tiamat. Let's see. Am I actually gonna bother with his NP or would I rather get stars? I think we actually go for the stars. I mean, his NP is just pathetic. Unless this stage is AoE, in which case I regret my decisions. Guys, I think K-Scope and 2030 are pretty good. I'm getting that vibe. Chat, I found out something really weird. On my main account, when I was farming the Enkidu farming stage with the 1,000,000 HP, so I was doing setups that were not about farming efficiency, they were about, because that stage with Enkidu gives a lot of bond, actually. So I was doing a setup where all I did was get as much bonus bond for Hercules as possible, and I was using my teapots, right? So I had some teapots left over from like the, story, the Road to Lost Belt 7 nonsense. Anyway, so the team was just all like Bond CEs, boost up. And so what I ended up doing was summoning a Merlin because he was the only thing I could find on my friends list that had the Bond bonus, right? Everyone else had the event CE. So I was doing no switch Mystic Code, right? Because my back row was just, people that wanted Bond. So I didn't have Waver on the team or anything like that. So it was just Lancelot, Bedivere, and Merlin, right? And obviously that's kind of weird to have Lancelot with Merlin, but it actually 3-turned anyway because Merlin giving Lancelot the Buster up and attack up actually makes Lancelot's Buster card insane, right? Because then you get Lancelot's crit up, and on the one turn you get the crit up for Merlin, and yeah, he just like fucking murdered everything, and it didn't matter. And I was like, oh, okay. And obviously Bedivere could NP like right off the bat, so there was no, I would never have thought to do like Merlin Lancelot as like a farming team anyway, but it actually 3-turned no problem. I was like, oh, Yeah, Merlin's kind of good. He's still good. And if the stage was harder, you get all the defense too. But yeah, I didn't even need to use like a art support. Merlin needs a buff. Yeah, he so doesn't. It's just okay. You know, chat, real quick. We're gonna get back to Tiamat here, but I gotta. I know you're joking, but this reminds me of something. Okay, hold on. We gotta bust out the MS Paint here, boys. Okay. Cause see, here's the thing, and I think I might be preaching to the choir on this one, but I think this is like the damn truth here. Okay, let's make the background black so I'm not like blinding my chat here. Okay, there's a little fucking dot. I actually like, dyed that spot white. I gotta fix this. There we go. Okay, so the requirement to like beat everything relevant in FGO, right, with like low stars, right? Like how good you got to be at the game, how much grinding you got to do, what kind of craft essences you need, like what's the minimum requirement to like beat stuff with like really free to play normie stuff, right? So like that'd be the hardest way to play the game though, right? If you're not using like really strong stuff, you don't have cast story or whatever, right? So you got there's the bar of like how good the units need to be, right, to beat the game with like the minimum stuff, right? Like they have to be that strong, right? So if you got like, Jekyll and Hyde is, like, not even a line. He's just that's Jekyll and Hyde. Okay, so that's the thing. But so then you've got like the stats on a lot of the 4 stars and like, 5 stars that maybe aren't meta, but they're pretty solid, right? They're generally going to be better than your free to play stuff. Then you got like the really meta stuff, right? We're getting pretty good here. And then you've got Castoria, Merlin, even Waver, Scatty, all that, broken bullshit. That's like here. And I guess Castoria we'll put Castoria even a bit higher than that, right? She's like this, right? But all of the OP shit is right here, right? That's all the OP shit. So like, yeah, Merlin's not as good as Castoria, but he's still way up here. All you actually need is down here, right? This is what you actually need is this line, right? And then Merlin's up here, and people are like, oh, he needs a buff. Because you got Castoria here. This down here, that's what needs a buff, thank you. Okay, if we could like get that up a little bit, that would be good, right? All this shit above, everything above this line is fine, right? And all this stuff is a bonus, right? The fact that you got like Castoria here and Merlin here, who gives a shit, right? Like you're so above the. Okay, you know what I should have done? The standard should have been a different color. Okay, yeah. So the green one, that's the standard of what a unit needs to be functional, right? Right. So the green line is what a unit needs to be functional. That's Castoria, that's Merlin, that's everything else, that's Jekyll and Hyde, right? There's FGO. I fixed it, guys. Now everybody, I sense color favoritism. No, you're crazy. Okay, let's get back to Beastie Boy stuff here. But no, I'm not even memeing though. Like that, I actually think that's the situation with FGO, right? Like that green line is how good a unit needs to be like viable, good enough to beat the game, beat bosses, do stuff, right? And almost everything is way above that line, and then people are complaining about things needing buffs. And then you got Jekyll and Hyde and Phantom of the Opera over there just drowning, right? You got the Sonic drowning music playing and everyone's just ignoring them. But Merlin though. Like I remember they did that poll of who people thought needed buffs the most, and in fairness, Geronimo was #1, although it should have been Jekyll and Hyde, but Geronimo got #1 if I remember correctly. But then Merlin was like #2. Like, how is Merlin the second, like, because they weren't even asking them who they wanted to be buffed. I'm pretty sure the question was like, who needs to be buffed? And the unit that they thought needed to be buffed the second most in the entire game was Merlin, right? That is so fucking stupid, right? There's no world where like Merlin is bad, right? It's just not as good as Castoria, thank you. Okay, so it's not an AoE one, thank goodness. I guess it's starting to transform into the beast form, so they're just giving you like one final fight with this nonsense. He's like flying now. Okay, so there is Chaos Tide. We have HP up though, so I might be able to actually do some NP stuff here. I'm not NP charge right away. I know how to speak English. I mean, the thing is, Gil is still one of the best AoE archers for like straight nuking servants, right? If you're like in an AoE nuke bomb situation, he's like the best at that. Now, I will say, his kit is kind of vanilla, right? And with how like diverse Gil's toolkit is lore-wise, it's kind of silly. But it's kind of hard because I'd actually say Ishtar, Gilgamesh, you know, Tesla, those kind of style of units, those, you know, AoE buster, you know, big boy damage, they're decently balanced against each other right now. Where if you buff Gil, he's probably going to be better than them, just like all the time. So they'd have to be pretty careful with it. I mean, I guess Tesla, yeah, I guess to be fair, Tesla did get those buffs recently. Now he can actually stun reliably and whatnot. So yeah, I guess it is pretty fair to give Gil a buff now that I think about it. And, you know, Ishtar's got the big normal card damage and stuff like that. So hopefully they just maintain it that way. So like what you could do for Gil is either give him, I guess you could, at this point you could get him a lot of survivability, because lore-wise that makes sense, but that'd be kind of boring. But the other thing is to just really double down on him doing really good damage with the NP nuke, but then like, not necessarily the best, so like repeat NPing and that kind of thing. Although he already is kind of good at that because of the NP gain up and the battery. I don't know, it's hard to balance, like it really is. Yeah, they do a lot of AoE Buster Archer stuff, that is true. Yeah, they were oversaturated, and that makes it harder, right, to make a buff, like, interesting. Okay, he could NP, but not Quick Chain. He could NP and Quick Chain, but I'd have to battery, and I don't want to do that. So, Middle Billy needs gain. We'll just Brave Chain. It'll be plenty. I don't know if this guy actually does do NP drain. I'm thinking he doesn't. I do think he still does buff removal though. That's like a common theme with these guys. Yeah, I tell you the oh son of a bitch, but Sei is not a bad unit. I mean, she doesn't have as consistent of like damage and that kind of stuff. And she doesn't have like some crazy gimmick like Tesla with the stunning and all that, but I mean she's pretty solid. She's got decent damage, okay survivability, can make a decent amount of stars while you're at it. Like, it's not bad. I think Sei is definitely one of those units people kind of forget about. Really don't want to... I cannot believe it just takes... Because of his stupid NP drain, it's just crazy that it takes this long to NP. Though to be fair, I think one of the Billies might have had the 60% start, not 80. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Oh right, we have like damage plus here. I don't know if it's percent based or flat or what, but yeah, we got a little gimmick there. Let's see if we can get lucky. 20% crit, yeah, I'm sure that'll go well. Yeah, quick is, I've never sat down and looked at it to be sure, but I'm pretty sure quick is the least represented. Now that's maybe different depending on the class, but like quick caster, there's one. I mean, literally there's one. So yeah, that I'm pretty sure that is accurate. And I know for Saber and Archer, it's definitely the least used. They didn't say no more reruns. They didn't say that. They said they're going to do less reruns. I can pretty much guarantee you they're still going to do some reruns. And there's two reasons. And these two reasons are just you're not getting around this, right? So one is the practicality of game development. Sometimes you're not going to keep up with the workflow, and you just need to buy yourself time. It's like, oh my god, we have no content ready. Give them a rerun, right? So just because of that, we're getting reruns, right? And the other thing is you've got certain events that are really popular that they're just going to rerun from time to time. That's just going to happen, right? Like they're in like collab events and stuff. So you're not going to see them as often because that's what they said. But yeah, the really popular stuff in high demand, and then when the devs are just, oh shit, the content's not ready, like you're still gonna get some reruns. What I think we might see more of those, and I hope so, because this is actually good for the game, is those like collage events. They took all the Liz events and like mashed them together and let you get all the Liz welfares again and all the CEs again and coins for the welfares and all that in one place, so it didn't take up a bunch of time. That's good. That's really good for the game, and those should be made interluded so you can do them anytime, like for real. There's no reason to do that. But yeah, overall, they did say there's going to be less reruns, and that's probably good. Reruns aren't exactly hype, but they do need to do a better job then of letting new players get old stuff. So the main interlude system just needs to be not shit. I guess we'll evade Kid Gil. So he can Brave Chain, but then no Buster card. I'll do it like that. So, no joke, in the last like 2 years, the amount of reruns really were ridiculous. And it's just because, and I'm so glad that Tight Moon said this, because I had been saying this for a long time, and it's just, like, I was very confident that was correct, but there was no way to prove it. But I had said for a long time that I thought DW's workflow was shit. Like, there was something clearly wrong with, the way that their company was structured, or where they put their manpower or their money, because for like 2 years straight there, it just tanked. They were barely getting out animation updates, they were barely adding new events, they were barely adding, new units, the main story was super slow, like everything was fucked, and I was just like, with the game being so popular, that just did not make sense, and so I said that their workflow was broken, and then that's what Tight Moon said, and that's why they bought the company out, was because the workflow was shit. And what Tight Moon basically said was they had tried to get DW to fix their workflow for like years, and they just weren't doing it. So yeah, they just bought them. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I think that's why we had so many reruns, was DW was phoning that shit in. Like, I think that it's just obvious. They wanted their Sakura Wars game to take off, because they'd probably see more money from that one, like not have to share as much with the publishers and stuff. So they were basically meeting the bare minimum of their contract, right, for FGO. So they were just doing the minimum amount to get by, and they were not trying to go above and beyond at all. And that just obviously is shit for the game. So yeah, I'm glad they got bought out ultimately. But yeah, they said the workflow was terrible. They bought them to fix it, and they're like trying to fix that now. And I think that was the reason we had so many reruns, was because they just weren't making content. But yeah, half of the content, if not more, was last year's content, right? It's just outrageous. No, it's not the same thing. Lasagna is not the same as DW. They are not owned by DW anymore. They're owned by Aniplex now. And that absolutely matters. Also, a lot of the key staff quit in the Switch. Like, their creative lead. Like, the creative lead. Not a creative dev, but the creative lead quit. And yeah, they're not owned by DW anymore. They're owned by Aniplex. Okay, I've said this before, but I gotta say this one more time, and like this shit drives me nuts. And this is because the average person on the internet does not understand how the business world works. Because I remember years ago when Activision bought Blizzard, right? Most of the key devs stayed the same, right? So I forget who Blizzard used to be owned by, but they had a different parent company. But then Activision bought them, and then everyone was like, "Oh God, this is concerning," because Blizzard had been like a really down-to-earth, gaming company, right? And then Activision is kind of famous for being corporate, shits. And everyone, right? Everyone. See, no, you don't understand. Blizzard used to not be Activision Blizzard. This is what I'm telling you. People have no idea what they're talking about with game development. Blizzard used to just be Blizzard Entertainment, and they were bought by Activision, and that was around like Wrath of the Lich King, right? Somewhere back then, they got bought out, and then they became Activision Blizzard. But back then, that was like, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't even know, it was a long time ago, right? But when that happened, right, all the main developers stayed the same, right? Like on paper, a lot of the artists stayed the same, that kind of thing. And so everyone was just like, oh, it's just a paperwork thing, right? We're just changing the label, right? Or it's just, but it's still Blizzard. It's the same people. The game's not going to change. Yeah, of course it changed, right? Because Activision is the head of the company now, and so their suits, you know, their executives set, you know, dictate what's going to happen, right? And as time went on, as the years went on, it became very obvious that although those original devs stayed the same at the time, right? People would quit, new people would come in. Activision is now in charge of the hiring process. The design philosophy behind, you know, Blizzard changed dramatically over the years, and now it's a complete shell of its former self. I don't think that's even the right way of putting it. They're unrecognizable now, right? Now, that's a negative example. You can have a company get bought and have it be a positive thing, and that has happened before, absolutely. But I've seen every time a business gets acquired by another business in the video game industry, every time, I have never seen an exception to this, you have a bunch of people on raw copium that know nothing about the business world that are like, oh, the devs are staying the same, it's just a name change, blah, blah, blah. No, you think these companies spend, you know, millions to billions of dollars acquiring each other so they can twiddle their thumbs and not do anything? Of course not, right? You don't buy a company to not change things, right? And like we already, Type Moon literally said they got Aniplex to buy DW so they could change things, right? They literally said that in an interview, and you're never going to see a business acquisition like that isn't going to have, you know, changes like that. And again, we already had people, you know, quitting at DW, or I guess it was DW at that point, but for Lasagna, people quit. The second the transition happened, people quit. You know, new hirings are trying to happen and that kind of stuff. So it absolutely matters. But I'm telling you, I've followed the game industry for many years now, and every time a company gets acquired like this, and most of the devs stay the same and stuff, everyone is just on copium acting like nothing's going to change. Oh, guys, it's just a paperwork thing. Oh, it's a branding thing. And every time, things change dramatically for the better or the worse. Like, you do not acquire a company without the intent to change or dictate things. Why would you spend the money like that? That you don't do that. You know, these companies want to make money, so they spend money to make money. Like, I've never seen a company get bought out and have it not change. You know, of course, they have PR, right? They're not gonna acquire Blizzard or acquire DW or acquire, you know, whatever dev, and then like the next day fire everyone and hire a bunch of new people, then change everything ever. Of course, they're not gonna do that. That's terrible marketing. That's gonna look really bad. You know, they try to do things slow, but yeah, when you acquire a company, not only are you going to potentially start changing the staff slowly over time, but also just what you dictate to the devs, like what your policies are, what like rules are supposed to follow, what design philosophy they want, what games you're gonna have them work on, right? That stuff all changes because the management is now completely different, right? And again, that's not necessarily a negative, and I actually think in DW's case it's a positive, because I think DW is so fucked up, I don't think it could really get any worse than it was. So I think at the worst, it's the same as always, right? And at best, it's going to be an improvement, so. But yeah, DW basically had nowhere to go but up. Okay, so there are 2 fights with Tiamat. This is the Grail level, you can see it. So these 2 are Tiamat, so that means this must be that level where they spam beasts at you. I thought there was maybe one where you fought like just one beast, and then the spam. But no, this is the spam level, and then it's the 2 fights with Tiamat. So this fight is one I've been worried about like the whole damn time, this and Corrupted Ushi. Okay, I wish Cairo had a different CE than that, but it'll have to do. So me and Cairo both leveled up our Charlotte's first skill because of this fight. Just increase our death rate. She has the best death rate of anyone we got, if she has her first skill up. Or like Sanson's death rate is a joke. His is like 30% unless he's overcharged, so that's just not gonna happen. Unfortunately, even if you proc insta death, you have to deal with their resistance, and I don't know what their resistance is. I don't think it's super high, but it is high enough that even if you have a 100% proc rate on insta death, you're not necessarily going to insta death them. And actually, let me check. Let me see what is Charlotte's insta death right now if her skill is at 10. I think it is 100%. So if that's true, we're going to be just straight dealing with their proc rate, their death rate. Okay, her first skill at 10. Oh yeah, it gives you death rate plus 100%, and then her base death rate is 60%, so she has a 160% chance to proc insta death. So yeah, she'll just be straight up dealing with their, whatever their resistance is. Oh, the music is looping. Not that the song is bad or anything, but let me fix that. Well, that's some dramatic music right there. Okay, maybe MASH. Okay, Jinke has insta-death. Sanson does have insta-death, but at that point you might want to just muscle them down. I don't remember how much health they have, but there may be a degree of that we have to do. I mean, Sanson is some serious copium. He does have a heal though, so that's something. Man, I wish we had more like healing. I mean, there's Geronimo, but that's not worth it. Okay, I guess that's the team. Now that would make her first insta-death better, but what we really want is repeat NP, or just get your first NP really fast. I guess that, just get the ball rolling. Do 20-30, because if we get an art or a quick crit, we can NP again faster. I might have to bring some survivability, but I'm hoping I don't. I'm hoping like the heal gimmick and then the Mystic Code and then Mash is enough. Alright. But yeah, there's just a lot of like things I've noticed where you know, a lot of video games appeal to teenagers, which is totally fine, but because of that, you have like an unending loop of like inexperienced people commenting about video games that haven't learned from the past. And so it's just like when a company gets bought out, like anyone that was like into Blizzard games, right, that for a long time, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone was on like copium, you know, 10, 15 years ago about nothing, you know, being a big deal, and here we are now where Blizzard is like the worst company on the planet. Right, people like that have learned, and they know when a big publisher buys a dev that it's, you know, can obviously result in catastrophe as time goes on. But you know, new kids get into it, like with Genshin. If Genshin Impact got bought out by another company, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to have the same attitude that Blizzard fans did back in the day, and it just keeps going. Okay, this is just going to be absolute misery. I kind of want to use Mash's and skill right now to just get as many NPs out as possible. Alright, we guarantee proc insta death, but then it's just his resistance, if I'm not mistaken. Do I want a rainbow? Or just quick, let me think. Probably quick. Alright, come on, Charlotte. This is your whole gimmick. Yes! Oh, bless her. Okay, that's one. Oh my god, there's 10 of these? How long was Cairo doing this stage for on his stream? Oh, so I like how we just got taunted, so all the defensive buffs on Charlotte are void. Like 40 turns? Oh no. Okay, well I'm gonna do this and see if we can split the difference here. Oh no, chat. That's not good. I don't wanna chat. What do you mean 98%? At least their damage output's not too high. Okay, so we can get 100% proc rate again. So just the resistance. Don't fuck with me, game. Casting that early because cooldown. I worry I'm gonna have to start focusing on Mash NP gain to stay alive. Actually, I should not have done her taunt. I should only have used it when she had an art card because I do think we're gonna need it. No! What do you mean, miss? Do it for the views? Ain't nobody wanna watch this shit. Are you kidding me? I think people would pay money to not watch this shit. If Charlotte dies, we are so screwed. Yeah, I really messed up with Mash. We should not have done that. Okay, nice damage nerf. So they got their in. Okay, I could hopefully kill that one though. In one turn, she gets her thing. So she's at 60%. Boy, I messed up with MASH. I might need to reset just because we need to get like the right philosophy going throughout the run. Because someone could die here, then we're screwed. I think I have to NP and just hope for the best. Yeah, I messed up. I need to save Mash's taunt for either their NP or just a turn where she has her art card. Okay, well, we're screwed now. That was lucky. Maybe we're not screwed if that happens again. I don't know about that. I wish that had been MASH. That'd have been a lot better. I like how we're muscling that one down. I should have swapped those art cards around. Please hit MASH, please hit MASH, please hit MASH, please hit MASH. You know how much easier this would be if we had Hans, by the way? MASH, MASH. That's not MASH! Fuck you! Okay, we gotta reset. We cannot let Charlotte die that early. That's atrocious. Dude, fuck this stage. What would make this a lot easier is Nidochris, by the way. She's like the best unit ever for this stage because she's got AoE, super high death rate, and then battery to instantly get her NP again, so it's kind of good. Also, I wish Cairo had a different craft essence. It's completely worthless here. She might actually want starting NP. Just to help us stabilize. Don't have a lot that does much for her, though. Oh no, I knew this stage was gonna suck. I mean, why would they be divine? Like, just because they're Tiamat's kids, it's like Tiamat birthed humanity and humanity's not divine. Like, it's not like it's a typical, how do I put this without getting graphic? It's like, it's not like it's a typical, you know, parent-child birth situation. That's not how this works. Like, they're like spawned out of, you know, the sea of life and all that kind of nonsense. It's not like Tiamat is directly birthing them. It's not like a demigod type thing. But like, humans, you know, are Tiamat's kids and they're not divine either, so. Anyway, let's see. I mean, the turn 1 NP is it fine though? Because we might need to save Mash's invulnerability, especially if she's the one taunting. But holding it that long doesn't seem good, especially when I could use the Mystic. Yeah, okay. No, we'll do it. Art up is the best. Because the damage is kind of irrelevant. I could art chain here. Yep. Good, good. Now just do that 10 more times, guys. Guys, how hard could that possibly be? I wish we had the heal boost command code. That would super help. Okay. So middle Charlotte. I think we do that. Good. Not good. I'd like to use Mash's NP for an art chain. And oh, look, an art chain! Fantastic. Okay, we get instant death try on number 2. Budget Gramps, yeah, we wish. The thing about Gramps is, first off, he can actually muscle a few of these down, right? You can be like BBBing one down, and then you never NP that one, you always NP a different one. And then if you don't proc insta-death, you can just muscle that one down, right? And then he's got a lot of survivability. So like with the heal per turn, with his own heal and the guts, he's never gonna die, right? So it's, you're killing faster and your NP is even more likely to kill them. And then if you're like gonna kill them, one of them the old-fashioned way, you're way more prepared for that. Now, I can get Mash's NP right now. How long is this? 2 turns, so they're gonna have it. That makes me think I do need to taunt then to get Mash's NP. I can kill one of them. Chad, I invaded someone in Elden Ring last night, and they were obviously like an Artoria cosplay. They did like the yellow ponytail, all that. They were wearing like blue armor. They were using a sword that like shoots a laser beam. But their name was Arthur Pendragon. But they were blatantly doing Artoria, right? They were a female character and all, like they had like the a dress thing on. I'm just like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you fucking doing? Yeah, normally they're called Artoria or Saber. Most of them are just called Saber. But I tell you what, I remember in Dark Souls 3, seeing like Saber cosplays were really common. And they're not like super rare now, but they're way less common than they were. The one that I see all the time is Guts. I see Guts a lot more than Artoria these days. Like, I remember in Dark Souls 3, it was Artoria and Guts were actually pretty even. And I think that's just because like more people that were into anime and stuff like that were into Dark Souls, where like Elden Ring is more, you know, broad. Also, as the years have gone on, I think Guts has become even more popular. That's actually kind of wild to think about. Have you all noticed that? Like, Berserk has always been like a kind of a staple of the, you know, manga anime sphere. But I feel like Guts has just gotten more and more and more and more popular as time has gone on. And what's really crazy is they've only got the one anime from like a long time ago that's any good. All the other anime they've ever made is utter trash. But people love Berserk anyway because of the manga and all that. But yeah, Guts is just outrageously popular. Which, I mean, it could be worse. I could think of worse characters to be that popular, so... Okay, so we've killed 2. Oh joy. So this one is going to be the bigger threat in the immediate, because he's going to NP again. But ain't nobody getting their NP in time, so... We'll just... I guess if we're going to muscle one down, it's going to be this middle one. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure Berserk overall, like, obviously things rise and fall based on, like, the month and, like, you know, recency bias and all that, but I'm pretty sure Berserk overall, even before the writer's death, I'm pretty sure was actually overall the most popular manga, like, in the world. It was just so known. And probably rightfully so, really. It's been worked on for so long. And, like, the art is, you know, fucking incredible. But yeah, it was already just outrageously popular. Like, it already was. Okay, we're gonna get NP'd again. We don't have taunt this time, but the Pierce and Vulnerability is gone. I guess now would have been a good time for the taunt then. Now, I could use her evade, but then our insta-death tanks. So if she happens to get hit. Alright, I guess what I do is this, because she's the one that's actually low on health. And then just hope it's not one of the other 2. Actually, I don't think Berserk is that hard to translate to an anime. I think it's only difficult to translate to an anime if you're a cheap bastard. I'm serious. Like, if you... Here's the thing. Most anime studios don't want to take a risk on a long-running project because what if it's not popular, right? But like, when you have something that's as popular as Berserk, just have faith in it and you'll be fine. That's the whole problem, is they never have faith in it. They're like, well, you know, to do this properly, it has to be mini seasons. There might have to be like a year gap between each season and stuff. But it's obviously going to work if you just aren't a chicken shit and you just give it the right budget, you hire the best studio you can have, and you give them enough time in between seasons, it is going to be one of the most successful anime ever. Like, I'm serious. It's kind of like how like Game of Thrones was so successful. The reason it stopped being so successful is because they stopped working with the writer, and they rushed out the last 2 seasons, and you know, they bought their own hype. But look how like they had faith in that. They were like, this is going to be popular, right? And look how fucking popular it was. So it was worth that, you know, budget and time and everything, right? Berserk is such a safe bet. The problem is you have all these like studios that are just chicken shits, and if they pick up Berserk, all they want to do is like the typical seasonal anime formula, which doesn't work like fundamentally with Berserk. But you don't need to do that. Like, I pretty much guarantee you, if you hire the best anime studio money can buy, you give them enough time, you make sure you don't rush in between seasons, it's going to be one of the most popular anime ever, right? Like, because Berserk is one of the most popular manga ever. And it's the fact that they just keep phoning it in is the reason it keeps failing, right? It's not because Berserk's not, you know, popular. And what's really crazy is that people still want a proper Berserk anime even after all the failures, right? That shows just how fucking popular it is. But like, and the first Berserk anime, like the 2D one from a long time ago, that one did do decently well, right? So I mean, it'll be fine if they just have, you know, faith in it and give it the right budget and stuff. But yeah, they try to like put it in the typical seasonal anime formula, and that's just suicide. All right, so we're not gonna NP the middle one. I guess we're gonna NP the front one. Although I actually don't have my NP. Work with me. Can you guys not do that? Okay, there's a NP. Okay, Charlotte. Now, Mash. Okay, so this Charlotte won't use an art card. I'll do these two. So then she gets her NP and the Mash gets along. You know, I might as well attack up in case this doesn't kill. Like, I should have done that on like forever ago, but... Yeah, I think Berserk will get another anime, but the question is that one going to be the one where they actually do it right? Because I think it might do it again and just do the same stupid shit, don't give it a proper budget, don't give it enough production time, you know, seasonal anime, blah 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 blah, and it's gonna suck again, right? So yeah, I am confident it will probably get another adaptation attempt, but it's like, is it actually gonna be proper? Because look at like JoJo, right? JoJo's another series that is outrageously popular, and they actually had faith in it and did it properly, right? Like, that's what you gotta do. It's like, if it's I get it when it's an unproven IP, right? That you got the suits don't want to take a risk. But when you have an IP that is just so popular like that, it's not really even a risk at that point. Chat, there are still 8 of these guys. Like, holy shit. I almost want to NP the middle one because it's going to NP the soonest. But it's also the one I beat up the most. And like, I'm going to have to deal... Okay, no matter what, I'm casting these. I'll go for the back one, and if it doesn't proc, I'll just cry. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, I have heard that JoJo is I've never watched JoJo, but I know there's like time between the seasons and it's super popular and all that. But I had heard that some of the recent seasons they were phoning it in more, which is obviously a bad idea. There go my buffs. Dick. Okay, they don't have Pierce and Vulnerability, and Mash has her art card, so we'll just do this number. Do I want to save the invulnerability? Nope. Okay, so... do it like that. So Hans would be so nice here. Just a little bit of extra healing would make this a lot less shaky. He removed the before your turn order, right? Because the turn order where the NP was, because the NP didn't go first, he did buff removal, and because Mash had taunt, the buff removal had to be on Mash. Dude, that almost killed her. And we don't have this for 2 turns. Okay, well, we can at least Mash in P. That is so shitty, dude. You know, I guess you could... I should pay attention to which one of these guys NPs first, because that's the one that you should keep alive the most. Trained by Amakusa himself. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, Netflix, the thing is, Netflix thinks the whole binge thing applies to all mediums, and it doesn't. Right? Now, there are some mediums where people that, you know, the binge tactic is better for Netflix, but for anime, no. That doesn't work. So, yeah, they really gotta get their shit in order on that one. What? Game, like, was starting to crash or something, but it's fine. Anyway. I'd love to get Charlotte's NP so I could kill the front one, but that does not look particularly likely to happen here. So I like how we've been whittling down this middle one since like the beginning, and it is not dead yet. Now they give me taunt. Well, at least it means Charlotte is safe. And I don't have my NP, so Mash is gonna have to deal with this. Can Brave Chain with Charlotte, but honestly getting some Mash NP gain is probably better. Because Mash is about to take some serious damage. Mash lowering their damage with her NP allows the heal to outpace them, so it's actually pretty important. And then you've got like 7 Deadly Sins, where the first 2 seasons they did their due diligence. Like they had proper pre-production for the first season. And even if you don't like 7 Deadly Sins, there was no denying that it had very good production value and that kind of stuff. And it was very popular. And then when they did season 2, they didn't rush it at all. That happens a lot where season 1 has pre-production and is really good. And then they try to rush out season 2 as fast as possible to strike while the iron is hot. And it sucks, right? And then it kills it and there's no 3rd season. But they didn't do that for 7 Deadly Sins. They took the time, they did proper pre-production. So there was a longer wait for season 2, but then season 2 was great, right? And it was really good production value-wise anyway. But then they didn't do that. They didn't do that for season 3. It's not even A1, it's more to do with like the studio and like the management and stuff, because I've seen A1 approach anime both ways. I've seen A1 like take their time, like with 7 Deadly Sins, and do really well and do proper pre-production and make really good stuff, and I've also seen them rush shit out the door and it's garbage, right? Now that's not entirely though their fault, because a lot of times it has to do with the studios that they're working with. Like didn't A1 do APOC, right? And like APOC, they were handed, the studio dictated their production schedule on that one, and the studio is gave them the episode count, and that was like the problem, right? Like the episode count of APOC was just totally fucked, and there was no delay between, like they had instead of doing like 12 episodes, wait 12 episodes or anything like that, they just did the full run, and yeah, they fell behind on animation, and they actually had to outsource stuff to keep up. It was really messed up. So yeah, maybe that wasn't A1 though, but I have seen A1 do stuff that sucks. I think they're, from what I've seen, they're a totally solid studio, right? They're totally fine, but they do sometimes take jobs that are shit, and then there's nothing they can do to fix that, right? But you got to pay the bills. So, but yeah, if they're given the right like schedule and all that, I think they'll do well. Okay, so Pierce of Vulnerability, we're about to get NP'd. This is actually pretty bad. Mash might even die here, which that would be super shit. Okay, I gotta insta-death this guy then, because we're just not ready to... Please proc insta-death, holy crap. And then other Charlotte, if she can get her NP, to insta-death the middle one. Although I don't want to do that, because that's the one we're beating up, but I might have to. Please, 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 please. You got your first kill, you got insta-death up. Woo! Oh god, alright, that really helps us, because yeah, if Mash had died there, I think we would have lost. Because there's still 6 of these. Crap, she got drained. I really wanted to get her NP. So I can't NP this middle one, but that's the worst one to NP aside from the fact that it's about to kill us. Here's the thing, she has evade, he does not have Pierce and Vulnerability, and Mash doesn't have Taunt anymore, so I think we'll have faith here and... Come on. Work with me, game. Good, good. There's only 5 of these left. Please don't kill Mash. Okay, we guard it. And you hit Mash. Okay. Well, she's not dead. She is awfully close to being dead. I could taunt with Mash to do her art and then NP again, but they're not that close to their NP, so I don't think we do that. Besides, she's so low in health, I think I need to wait. And you know, that one will die the old-fashioned way eventually, so that's like 4 more insta-deaths. It's 17 turns, thank you. Okay. Ash is on the brink here. So she's the closest to getting an NP. I could use her third skill to try to get art up, but it's probably not worth it. Let's do this. Most NP gain, and it also helps the most with getting this one dead the old-fashioned way. Why you gotta be like that, guy? Give her the invulnerability, then she could NP right now, then the taunt wouldn't destroy her. I don't think that's worth it. I can probably NP next turn and then try to kill that one, and our first skill comes back. So she'll just have to deal with it in the meantime. I really do want Mash's art card here. Mash NP is very important. If anything, I should be focusing on it more than Charlotte. Oh, damn it, he removed all of our defense buffs. Oh, what a guy. Now, if we don't insta-death... Well, she has her evade. It can't be that bad, right? And she's got her insta-death up. 160% chance, come on. Do it! Do it! Yes! Oh, that's looking good! And we're about to kill that one in the middle. Oh, now if Nash dies, I think we'll still win. I think... The only way it would go south is if like Mash dies and then like middle Charlotte gets really fucked up here, then she dies really soon, then we might have a problem. But I think we got this. Now I could heal either one. She's gonna taunt here because they don't have Pierce and Vulnerability. I think we heal Charlotte because ultimately Charlotte's the one that needs to live in the long run. Mash only needs to live to help Charlotte live, if that makes any sense. So. I should have done that the other way around. I don't know why I did it that way. Fuck, I didn't kill him. I think the middle one is the only one we've killed the brute force way, and it has taken a ridiculous amount of time. Do I have... Okay, yeah. I don't want to NP without the insta-death. I think we got this. Oh, I'm so glad. I hate this stage. By the way, Curse Arm would be really nice for this stage if you were trying to do it super budgety. Because His TFA, or protection from the wind, is so much better than Charlotte's evade. Let's see, what is Curse Arm's death rate though? I know it's decent, but Charlotte's actually might be better. I suspect Curse Arm though has the better win rate for like making sure you don't just lose ever, but he probably does go a bit slower unless his insta-death is higher, what I'm thinking. Let's see, his death rate is 80%. Now you might be able to work in an overcharge here and there so you can get to 90 or 100. Also, oh shit, no, he might make, I forgot, he got that buff where if he insta-kills, he gives himself a 50% battery. So you do get more attempts, so you can weather an occasional fail actually better. So, I don't know, they're probably fairly comparable when it comes to their kill rate, but he is better at bruisering one down, like this one would have been dead already. And he does straight up live better, like just he's, in the long run, he will be more survivable. So he's better for just winning, not necessarily faster though, but it's hard to say. Okay, well this middle one can actually die. I could save it actually until he's gonna have his NP, then kill it so I can avoid another NP. That's totally fine. I don't see any reason not do that. Yeah, that is completely fine. Middle guy's been getting slapped around for 22 turns. I don't know if that's the way I would put it. I guess I just quick chain. Yeah, when he gets his NP, I'll just kill him there. That way I can just manipulate the Piercing vulnerability and stuff better. Now the front one, I should have been beating up the back one because the front one is about to get his NP, so I want to insta-death him, but so I shouldn't have been attacking him. Didn't think that one through. Although if I happen to fail the insta-death, then this is fine. Our odds of failing the insta-death are actually really low for what I'm seeing here. Like I think we've only failed one insta-death, and that was on the previous run. Oh fuck, damn it. Well, it's not terrible, but I didn't think about that. I got the overkill bonus at least. And his NP bar was far along, but I could have gotten one more turn. Alright, this is the last guy. I'm not gonna NP because I don't have insta-death up. Oh my god, chat, I think we got this. It's over. I'm so glad. What a horrible stage. I like how he drained our NP, then just gave it to it. Gave us the NP back like that. Just in case. Almost 30 minutes. Yeah, it's awful. Of course, we were landing all of the insta-deaths on the last one. You gotta fuck it up. At least we had an attack up and the NP up, and we brave chained, so the attack up hit all of them. Because attack up applied to the NP, it applied to the quick, it applied to the buster, it even applied to the extra attack. Much like Golden Sumo, chat. So when you want to have that long-term value, right? Like in this stage, for example, because we've attacked so many times, done a lot of extra attacks and stuff, Golden Sumo would be the best option here. And be really, really good, guys. And honestly, throughout these 27 turns, it probably would have done an extra, you know, enough damage. Like I've already killed this guy by now, right? Throughout the run, I probably would have killed like bruiser 2 of these down. Chat, be really good, actually. But, alright, let's just do the battery. Let's just get this over with. There's really no telling when NA gets quality of life updates. It's pretty random. Like, overall, you'll get them early, but how early just varies constantly, so yeah, it's pretty hard to say. Okay, even if we don't insta-kill, I'm pretty sure we just have the damage to kill here. Either that or next turn. Oh, I didn't even attempt to do the insta-death because he was already dead from the stab. Oh, it's over. Oh, thank God. Alright, it's Tiamat time, which I'm not too worried about, although maybe I should be. Chat, I forgot to do Geronimo's NP buff. And we're going to use Geronimo for Tiamat, I'm pretty sure. The question is, who is the other unit? Maybe Billy. Let me see how many stages Geronimo's buff quest is. Oh, do I not have like a bond for it or something? Okay, that's advanced quest. Either that or it's tied to an interlude. Oh, it's just tied to an interlude. Alright, let's see how long it is. If it's like, 2 stages, I'll do it. It's 3. Chat, what do you want? It's 3 stages, that's not super long, but it's only level 50. If chat wants me to do it, I'll do it, but if we want to just get in there and fight Tiamat, I'll fight Tiamat. I'll do it either way. Do it. 3 stages, let's go. Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's like, it's only 3 stages, so... And we're gonna need to do it anyway, like, we know that, so... He has not leveled his Anastasia. We've been ignoring her like crazy, but I tell you what, when we get to Lost Belt 3, we're gonna be getting her up at that point, like, absolutely. Do I actually use Geronimo? I think I do. Maybe not in the front, though. Yeah, do that. Alright, that ought to work. Get her bond. Case of emergency. This should work. Hopefully we fight assassins in every stage. That'd be nice and simple. I don't even know what I'm clicking at this point. Alright, grab a little bit of XP on this. Crazy that that's not rank 10 and we're almost done with 1.0. But we didn't really do any farming, so we did like 2 events. And I didn't even like I think we did the Paul Bunyan event, but I don't think we did like every little bit of it by any means. We did not clear the shop. And then now we're doing the summer event. I don't know why I just gave him the NP game buff like that, because I can just art chain. Yeah, Anastasia is going to be the main DPS against Lee. I mean, what else would we use, right? It's like that or Berserker, and we might work in some Berserker stuff too, but Anastasia will be alright there, because by that point our level cap is, 100 or whatever, so we can Grail her. Yeah, let's see, so we're 70 in Babylonia, so it's 80 in Solomon. If you beat Solomon, it goes to 90, I guess. I mean, we said you could Grail after Solomon, but that doesn't mean you can necessarily go past 90. So that would... Okay, wait a minute. So, 70 Babylonia, 80 in Solomon, 90 then in Lost Belt 1. So then it would be 100 when you start Lost Belt 2. Right? And then technically 110 then for Lost Belt 3. Not that we would actually be at that level at that point, but... I mean, we could just say the level cap's gone after Solomon, but it doesn't really matter, because we're not going to be grailing that much at that point anyway. Okay, let's see. We'll do this number. I'm going to do this, because he might not actually kill everything, so we might need a target switch. Oh yeah, we could do Epic of Remnant, that's true. And if we do Epic of Remnant, maybe we just say the no level cap, because I mean, how would you even, like... do that. The Epic Remnant's fine. I don't know how we'll do it though, like what, where. Because let's be honest, Shimosa is harder than most of the Lost Belts. We'll have to think about that. Also, we didn't kill that one. Let's see if she can crit. Let's see, what's the best way to go about this? Actually, I guess she doesn't need to crit, really. We could NP. I'd like an NP later. You know what? Let's do that. That's gonna whip some damage, but... What do you mean? What do you mean he doesn't kill? Oh my god! Lancelot, buddy! Hey, look at all that overkill. We super killed that ghost, guys. Maybe what we'll do is, like, maybe just do Shimosa and maybe Argartha. The thing is, Argartha's only hard at the very end. It's super boring aside from that. But yeah, maybe we just do Shimosa, then we do the Lost Belts. Because let's be honest, Shimosa is the one people want to see. Like, I don't think people, like, the other ones aren't, like, that interesting. Maybe Salem. Abigail is a thing. Like, that's absolutely a thing. Yeah, maybe we do even Salem first, because it's not as hard as Shimosa, so maybe Salem, then Shimosa, then Lost Belt. We're at Tiamat. We have not beat Tiamat yet, but we're doing Geronimo's buff quest real quick, because it's only 3 stages. The Lobo's decent, but that's like the only one, and that's it's not like it's hard, but it's not like that bad. Although, now that I think about it, we don't really have a way of dealing with an Avenger that elegantly. So I wouldn't say people dislike Epic of Remnant. It's just because it's optional and, you know, kind of standalone. You know, it's just kind of whatever. Oh great, they're not all... Why they gotta make this more complicated? Well, the Berserkers can probably deal with the Sabers, and just in case, I'll bring Billy here. So, let's see. Throughout all the accounts I've played, Shun and Raiko are a little tough. They're not normally that bad, though, because 100 Face is so good in that fight. As soon as I realized that all you have to do is kill Shootin', and then 100 Face can just, no matter what, can deal with Raiko, that fight became really easy. But before that, it was kind of tough. But this account can't use 100 Face, so on this account it'll be a nightmare. But what isn't a nightmare on this account, right? Like, it's just been super tough all the fucking time. But yeah, for a normal account, just 100 Face, put her in the back, have her deal with Raiko, and then use the rest of the team to just completely focus on zerging and shooting down as fast as humanly possible, and then the stage is really easy. But, a lot of stages ultimately can be boiled down like that, and it can take a while to actually figure that stuff out. So, overall, I would say it is a difficult fight, and I think a lot of people have struggled with it. So it's fair to say. I always actually found the fight with, what's her name, Xiom, to be harder, just because, you know, it's just a straight assassin that you need a lot of really annoying gimmicks, and most accounts are just not going to have a good carry. They're not going to have a caster that does any damage. Now, these days, though, it's pretty easy to summon a Berserker or a Friend's Plot Monk or Ilia, and then it's not so bad. But if you don't have, if you're not using that stuff or you don't have access to that stuff, it's pretty tough. Just use Medea. Yeah, of course, guys. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, I don't know if that one is a Musashi locked fight. Obviously, Raiko and like Baldi and Tomoe, those are. I don't remember if Xiom is one of those. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. It's been too long, so I'm not sure. The Sitting Master, you're locked. Sitting Master's pretty tough if you don't have good archers. the thing is, you've probably done Gawain and all that, so you probably do have good archers, right? Like, archers is normally a pretty high priority for leveling up. I have, like, no buster here I'm going to use. Get that attack up overcharge. But anyway, Sitting Master would be pretty tough, I think, if your DPS options for Sitting Master were like your DPS options for Xiom, Sitting Master would be so fucking hard. But because there's a bunch of archers that are really, really good for free-to-play, then it's not so bad. Because even David is really good there. You might say, oh, but the boss does buff removal. He does buff removal after damage, so you can still do David's evade, survive the NP, and then he removes the evade that's already gone, right? So it's like, who cares? So yeah, because these, like the mechanics and everything, the stats of the boss, he's definitely harder than Xiom, but because of the units that you have available to you, I would say he's actually easier for most players anyway. I was really proud that we beat hard mode quests on this account. Actually, I'm glad we did that. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I realized that we probably could, so I was like, okay, why not? And it got me to level Lancelot's skill to 10, so that's kind of nice because we'll benefit from that in the future. This is a really silly team, but I don't think we need to change it, so I'll just stick with it. All right, about to get Geronimo's buff quest. And we're off to Tiamat. I would really, I'm biased because I don't like Uriel, but I've tested this enough that I really do recommend like Robin and David over Uriel and Robin. And it's because Uriel's great, but she is only great in very specific circumstances, and for almost everything else she's terrible. Like, this is not me being hyperbolic. If you're not fighting a male, Uriel is the worst archer in the game. Like, hands down. Because she doesn't get the bonus damage, she can't charm, she's just a vanilla stat stick and she doesn't have that good of stats. She has no hard survival, she literally has nothing if you're not fighting a male. And most of the males you can beat with Robin or David anyway. And then a lot of the males also have anti-charm nonsense. Now, she still gets the bonus damage, and that's good. But a lot of males these days have anti-charm. Because, like, she's good for Gawain, but so is Robin and David. And then they're also good for a bunch of other stuff, where Uriel's not. I feel like Uriel has fallen off a fair amount in recent times, just because we counter charm so much. Now, it's not like she's only good for Gawain. She is good for, like, Shimbata and Guda, right? She was good for that fight. Not the best ever, but totally serviceable and a really good budget pick. So, like, there's been fights from time to time, and who knows? They might add a fight like Fluffy down the road, and it coincidentally is male, and they are charmable, etc., and she'll be great. But that hasn't happened yet. So, I don't normally recommend leveling her early on, just because you don't need her. Where she's good, you can get by with other stuff, and that other stuff will give you more boom for your buck in other stages. Now, if you like Uriel and you want to level her, then by all means, then it doesn't matter, right? If you just like the character, go nuts. And then from time to time, she'll have her moment to shine, and you can have your fun, and that's great. But if you don't really care about Uriel one way or the other, and you're just looking at it from like a practicality standpoint, I would generally recommend just not leveling her, because I think there are better picks that you get more value out of. Because a lot of enemies are female, a lot of enemies like this boar don't have a gender, right, stuff like that. So there's just 97%. I was really hoping you'd get his NP right there. They're both gonna die like right as they got their NP. That's just bad luck. I should have saved the guts for this turn, but there was no way for me to know. Yeah, I'm gonna lose a lot of damage because of that. And I can't even do, I'm gonna reset. That's, fuck you, game. Like, I'm sure I could still beat it, but, that's so unsatisfying. And we're just gonna sit there, like, everyone having their NP, but they're gonna die on that turn. And, like, I could've just had, like, Lancelot, get, like, a good Buster crit before he died. That'd have been fine, but he didn't even get that. Stuff that's like really wonky, like Canis, I don't think counts. Canis basically counts as female for most stuff. Because a lot of stuff, it's like Phantom, when he only did charm females, he could charm females and Canis. It specifically said that. That's how the code was. It was charms females and Canis. That's generally how they use like that trait. Not always though. But then also you've got like you know, Stalfo on the other end of it, right? So they just have some weird interactions with that kind of stuff. But as far as where Uriel does not work on Canis. Yeah, I know. They have so much more anti-male in this game than female, and that's actually really common. It's just it's like a trope. I don't think it's like sexism or anything. It's just a trope. But like there's a lot of anti-male craft essences. You got the Kiyohime one. You've got the Karen one. Or two of them now. There's loads of units with anti-male, you know, damage and traits and buffs and that kind of stuff. And there's only a few anti-female. But yeah, it's just a trope thing. I don't, you know, it's not like a sexism thing or anything. Alright, so I could crit right now and then Rainbow Chain and get her NP. That's probably the way to go. That did not work out the way that I wanted it to. I had 0 stars though, and this isn't rank 10, so... And his absorb skill's not maxed either. Well, just get lucky. Oh, he'll get 80% though, so... Thank you, Rainbow Chain. If his first skill was maxed, the stars that Salome took, he probably would have taken, so he would have had 100, I think. Hey, he actually got his NP. She's still probably not gonna get it, so I'll just give her guts. Well, this is nice, because of Rainbow Chain, he can do the NP first and get the attack up for the other two, where before you would do Buster, Quick NP, Art, Extra. But yeah, now you get to do this, so the attack up is a bit more efficient. And the Buster card gets to be in second place for more damage. Oh damn, I should have put Buster in third because it actually crit, so that was unlikely. This is so much more satisfying than what was going to happen on that first run. It would have won either way, but I honestly wanted the just smooth kill over the AP. And we don't have Summer Bedivere, dude. Like, can you believe that? He's been used in many events since they made the art, and it's not that hard to implement. Like, that sucks, man. I love Summer Bedivere. The sunglasses are so cool, and it's just funny seeing him with that kind of look. And, yeah, it's not a thing. It's so disappointing. Meanwhile, they did the freaking Idol event where they made a bunch of costumes for a bunch of characters that have terrible... Dude, like, they gave, what's her name? Stupid Thought. The Serenity, that's the one. So they gave Serenity a costume when she has, like, near day one animations. A bit better than that, but, you know, pretty bad animations, you know, bobblehead syndrome. And the same for, like, Joan of Arc got one. She has terrible... you know, character sprite, and so they got costumes, but they look like trash because their sprite is so bad. And it's like, yeah, but they didn't give them animation updates, right? Like, how on earth did you do that, right? How on earth did you give them costumes but not an animation update? Like, people would have rather had an animation update than the costume. Okay, Geronimo's got his NP buff. Not that that's going to be super impactful, but it's nice. Be at your best here. What's going to be the DPS unit, though? I'm thinking like Mash, Geronimo, maybe Billy. It's either Billy or like Jin K. Let me look at the options here, and we can summon something from Cairo. You know, I'm not going to lie. The best unit to summon from Cairo is probably... Are we allowed? I guess we are allowed to use him. Because, I mean, he's really not that good. Let me check this. Not that we don't have his Bonsi. I would totally use him. Yeah, he is allowed. I don't know if I have him. Let me see. Like, obviously I'm not gonna use him right now, but we'll use him eventually, I'm sure, if he is allowed. I don't think I have him. Yeah, no, only Cairo has him. Yeah, he's worthwhile. We'll use him for Mothman. Like no joke, we will use him for Mothman. He's worth it for that. Fuck, Cairo should be working towards Bond 10 then. Because, never mind the Bond CE, you want his third skill buff. I wish I had him and try to get him to Bond 10 before Mothman, although it might be too late for that. You'd have to get him like day 1 for that to like go smoothly. Yeah, we'll just go with MASH. Alright. Yeah, his MASH has some faux items. Okay, so yeah, his is actually better than mine because of that. Although mine's 10-10-10, what's his? Oh, look at that. We both knew. We both prioritized that like so much. Like it's so worth it. Like, because you have to use her in a lot of fights, and then she's a good support anyway. So yeah, she was super high priority. All right, definitely Geronimo. What is the DPS? All right, we got. I mean, Billy's fine. Jinkei's okay. Jinkei hurts herself though. I'm not big on that. I guess Billy. It's either that or like a Berserker. I mean, you could do that. I wonder. You can dot her, right? I think she might clear her debuffs. Fuck, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. And if someone dies, it'd be her first. So then we'll replace with Billy, and then this, and then clean up with I don't know, Zhu Fu, because self healing. That's some insane copium, but Alright, Geronimo's first NP is actually important because you want to get the debuff resistance going. We could bring Zhu Fu for the buff removal resistance because I know Tiamat can remove your buffs. I don't remember though if it's like on our NP or what. I don't remember at all. Could bring Atlas. I think Atlas is the right call here. You can get into debuff hell. If you lose, it's because of debuff hell. Now, there's 2 fights with Tiamat. This one's a little bit easier than the other one. But they're pretty similar. It's almost the same fight twice. Alright, you get like a damage resist thing. Alright, so Art Chain looking pretty good here. We'll save her second skill. Don't think she'll like explode this second. Oh, you know what? Let's get Yeah, actually the music is playing right now. It's just there's like filler at the end of that song. That's why. But here. There we go. That's the cooler theme anyway. I'll get a few other songs here. Alright. Let me turn it up a little bit. We'll do this. Might as well do this. I think we overcharged Geronimo because the debuff resistance is the most important thing. Honestly, maybe I should have done it on turn 1 so we could have maybe blocked those NP downs. Dude, I love that angel thump emote. It's so good. It's not used enough by the internet. Alright, nice overcharge debuff resistance for 3 turns. Now let's see if we can get our NP in time. See, if I didn't have that NP down from earlier, I'd be more likely to get Geronimo's NP again in time. I almost want to clear his debuffs right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, chat! Oh, chat, we got a rainbow chain, chat. Now, obviously, the art chain is the sensible thing, but Geronimo's got that Buster Up and Quick Up, guys. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not even remotely worth it, by the way. Like, it's like, you will barely even notice a difference when you have those skills up. It does not fucking matter in any way. I wish it did, but it does not. Maybe at rank 10 on the skills, but even then, the art chain is way better. From the back, do it, you coward! No. Hey look, we got all our buffs removed. That kinda sucks. Okay, I can only overcharge him a little bit on this one. Dude, Geronimo is no joke for these stages, though. He gives you, like, I'm using him for Guadia. Like, I'm absolutely using him for Guadia. He might be enough. I think he will be. You know, just a little bit of healing is all you need, and then debuff resistance is good for Guadia as well, because Guadia does defense down and that kind of crap. 24k, boys. And hey, we're getting crit down, which that's good. Oh, she quick charged. Fuck. Oh, she doesn't counterclass berserkers. Yeah, I think just everyone's neutral. Well, might as well do this then. Should have done that a while ago. And hell, I probably could have done our third skill and actually had it proc. I think I'm gonna save Mashes in P for when Geronimo has got his stuff. Oh! There it is. Oh, we have buff block. Well, it's fine for him to eat the buff block with that. It's such a useless ability that there's really no harm in that. I mean, I guess the quick up would have been the superior throwaway buff, because the quick buff really is a joke, but let's be honest, the Buster Up's not that important either. We're resisting a pretty decent amount of the debuffs, though. Like, obviously, we are getting debuffed, but it could be way worse. Okay, this is a good turn for that. I don't have to do Salami's NP. It's obviously nice to, but I don't think we actually do. Well, as nice as it is to get Mash NP, this overcharges Geronimo. Okay, now we'll do that. I want a hard mode version of this fight really bad. Tiamat deserves better. Like, this fight should be harder than, you know, Lion King and the Aussie Demon Killer and all that, but it's not. You know, Gwane's harder than this, I would say. And they need to fix that. So yeah, if they could do like a hard mode version of it, that would be great. Don't make it like, you know, super cancer though, you know, be reasonable here, but if it could be harder than this, I'd be happy. Like, then you fight Tiamat and Fluffy at the same time, and then Tiamat has the same health as Fluffy, and they get each other's gimmicks. Oh my god, you have no idea how cancer that is, chat. Like, that is so cancer, because now you're fighting Fluffy, but you're getting all these debuffs from Tiamat, and you're doing no damage to Tiamat because she has Fluffy's gimmick. And so now you getting rid of the curse stacks is so much harder because there's two opponents. You can only get rid of the curse stacks on one at a time. So yes, you can AoE NP, but that's only one curse stack. That is so dumb. Like, that would be so fucking stupid. And then you have buff block from Tiamat and everything. Just absolutely not. Like, that is atrocious. Okay, we're getting kind of beat up here. I think she removed our buffs from MASH. Yeah, she did. That's not good. We need, Geronimo's NP. Post haste. I will say though, Tiamat is harder than some people think, especially on really weak accounts like this, because the longer the fight goes, the more fucked up the dots and stuff. Like it just starts getting really bad. Like normally she's dead by now, right? So you don't start getting into like the Shadow Realm like this. Damn, I did Atlas on MASH and she's not actually gonna get her stuff. Well, if I invulnerability her, she can't. Alright, fine. We'll try. Oh, here we go, chat. There's that quick up. We haven't had quite enough uptime on Geronimo. I think if we had done, like, turn 1, we had done the invulnerability and used it right away. I don't know, if you don't overcharge him, it's not enough debuff resistance, I feel. Another CE drop, nice. I don't know if keeping MASH alive for another turn was like that important, but we'll see. It actually gets her NP, I do like that. Guess smash. So somebody's gonna fucking die this turn, I think. Probably MASH. Might die to the Chaos Tide, we'll see. Oh, doesn't Scath get her buff on NA now? The quality of life one with the buff success chance and all that? That's quite nice. It doesn't like change her peak performance really at all, but it's just more consistency. I actually really like that buff because Scath's fine. Scath is a really good Lancer. She always has been. Like she's not weak at all. But it was annoying having like that inconsistency, and now she's just consistent. And you get a little bit of battery in case like, oh man, I almost got my NP and I just barely don't, but I need it this turn, so my buffs, right? So she just has consistency with both the NP and actually landing her crit buff. So it's really nice. Yeah, I'll play NA tomorrow. I think I'll play NA tomorrow and grab some of that stuff, do the Grail front. Because there'll be more Grail fronts out tomorrow, so it'll be more meaty. Okay, well, MASH is dead. I can get rid of the buff block, but that doesn't really matter. Did he guard it? Yeah, he guarded it. Now, she is gonna die any second, so I might just NP even though I won't be able to overcharge Geronimo. Well, you know what? She might live, so I'll go for it. I should have maybe done her curse card though. Like we're actually probably doing more damage with the curse than anything else. Don't kill them. Give me one more turn, game. NP seal, are you kidding me? Couldn't have guarded that one, eh? Well, I could mash NP right now, and that'll probably keep them alive. We're holding on for dear life here. Why am I rainbow chaining? Like that's gonna do anything. I've had Scath for like forever on NA because I got her on the first banner that she was available on. I think like 2030 was rated up and I got a bunch of 2030s or something. Oh, we're still in P sealed. Oh no, I should have saved Atlas for that. Oh, I've made some mistakes. Like, we're gonna win, but, Oh, she removed my third skill. What a bitch. Alright, Geronimo, Buster Up, Rainbow Chain, incredible value, chat. Getting P2 Scath today, grats. Alright, ultimate Geronimo Buster card. I couldn't even see the damage. I think it was like nothing of note. I'm so sad Geronimo got NP sealed though. We could have gotten an overcharged heal and we wouldn't be getting all these debuffs right now. But it is what it is, and we win anyway. Get that art up. Oh, we almost killed her right there. That'd have been nice. Now everyone explodes. Now I could incorporate Jufu on the team, but I don't think that's that good. Alright, next fight is the main fight with Tiamat. I'm trying to think if I want to keep Salami on the team. I mean, the dots did decently well. Like, she did remove them some, but... The other option is like Billy or Jin-K. I don't like Jin-K hurting herself. That kind of... I think we'll just stick with what we got. I think it's okay. Super cool Gilgamesh right there that can't use. I guess he has debuff clear. That's not terrible, but the damage would be so low. Alright. I don't know if she actually wants this CE. Yeah, it's probably fine. Alright, save Atlas for an NP seal, because her NP seal is 3 freaking turns, apparently. Also, shoutouts to Gilgamesh dying and summoning himself. That's actually what happens, and I'm pretty sure they never say this in, like... They don't say this in, like, the anime, they don't say this in the game, but I'm pretty sure Gilgamesh uses his NP that lets him, like, get the memories of other copies of Gilgamesh, essentially. Like, his Clairvoyance EX NP thing. And I'm pretty sure he used that to get all the memories of Caster Gil. Because that's the thing, he has an NP that allows him to, if he wants to get, like, the memories and stuff of Gilgamesh from other timelines and things like that. So I'm pretty sure Archer Gil spawned to use that NP, got all the memories from Caster Gil, and that's why, you know, he knows what's going on and everything else. Funny enough, they did not make that NP up for Babylonia, even though it seems to be pretty convenient for it, but they didn't make it up for that. Like, they made it up actually in Fate Hollow, but they didn't really detail what it did, and then they detailed it in Fate Strange Fate. Okay. So, I guess I'll just throw this out early. He probably could look into Carnival Phantasma if he wanted to. I don't know if it's actually canon or not, though. You just God, why is she like this? Okay, anyway. I can only one overcharge. You know what? I'm doing this. I want the triple. I mean, that debuff resistance. So how it works, he can basically know any, like, memories of any Gilgamesh he wants, but he doesn't do it by default because it'd be overwhelming and, like, why would he? But basically, if he wants to, he can, like, see into any of the other timelines he wants, and get, like, the memories of any Gilgamesh that he wants. But he doesn't really do it very often because, one, he's egotistical, he doesn't think he needs to, and he just, why would he? But, like, I'm sure if he wanted to, he could see into CCC, but I don't think he ever has. But if he cares to, it's actually such a powerful ability, because if he wants to, he can look into timelines. Like, let's say he's fighting Bob, he can look into every timeline he's fought Bob before, and then he can know everything Bob does. And that's a huge advantage, but he almost never uses it. Actually, it's the other way around. Nasu's talked about this. The community likes to act like Gilgamesh jobs all the time, but that's ultimately just plot armor. It's actually the other way around, where, like Nasu has said this multiple times in interviews, in most timelines, Gilgamesh murders everyone. It's just because of plot armor, magically the ones we see are the ones where Gilgamesh loses because he's an antagonist, and antagonists have to lose. But basically, if Gil looks at all the timelines, he's just going to see him winning all the time, and then, like, he's going to see like one timeline where he doesn't, and then that one timeline he's going to discount as just being bullshit, and because it's like, well, of course I wouldn't lose. And it's so rare that it's not like he looks at the other guilds and they're all losing all the time. It's actually the other way around. Basically, all Gilgameshes he sees are winning all of the time, and so anytime he doesn't win, he thinks it's bullshit, and he thinks it's like a trick or something. Like, I'm serious, that's what Gil says. But yeah, no, like, Nasu's talked about that. Like, most, like, Face Tonight timelines just result in Gil stomping everybody. It's like a miracle, the timelines that Gil doesn't win. And then Gil doesn't even believe those timelines. Like, seriously, like, if he sees the rare timeline that he loses, he will discredit it and like, oh, no, that's not real. Like, it's because, like, oh, that's 1 out of a million. It's like, oh, that's nonsense. That's not a real thing. It's, NP's broken. Alright, So, she removed our debuff resistance. She's just spamming her buff removal right now. So we got debuffed anyway. This game is fucking cheating right now. Watch this NP gain on MASH though, even though we have double NP gain down. I tell you what, if it wasn't for the gain down, we would have gotten to 200%, I think. Oh, fuck. Dude, Tiamat's like gaming right now. She's spamming buff removal, and then she just quick charged into her NP, and now we have buff block. Okay, I can get rid of buff block with this. Oh, no. Guys, I have to sacrifice Geronimo's third skill. Oh, no. Chat, we're doomed. Anyway, I guess I could NP and get rid of it on MASH, but then MASH is going to die, but, I mean, this is what it is. Either that or I wait a turn, so Geronimo. Nah, it's probably not worth it. Sucks, but we gotta take the value while we got it. Actually, all Gilgameshes have clairvoyance. He's just born with it. It's stronger as caster Gil though. But he has it as like an innate ability, not just like as a skill. And that's a thing in the Natsuverse, by the way. It really is a thing. It sounds so silly, but there is the skill clairvoyance, and there's people that just have clairvoyance, like, naturally. And there's like people that aren't servants and stuff that have clairvoyance. But I'm pretty sure his clairvoyance, like his natural version of clairvoyance, only works when he's like dreaming, I think, or something like that. That's how it is in the Legends, so I think that's how it is in Fate. Hey, Cairo. Okay, unfortunately, I cannot overcharge Geronimo, so the debuff resistance is not going to be that good. But I think it's worth doing anyway. Cairo, you're gonna understand how screwed this run is, because Cairo, I had to sacrifice the amazing skill of Quick Up on Geronimo to get rid of the buff block. I don't know how we could possibly recover from such a devastating defeat. You're doomed, dude. We actually are having a bad run though. She's been spamming buff removal non-stop, and she quick charged into her NP and all that. So this is not going particularly well. Okay, her very first action was buff removal, and then on the second turn, she did buff removal again, so... And like, I had like super overcharged Geronimo's NP, so he had like the massive debuff resistance. Right, let me see, what is it when it's overcharged? Because I double overcharged it. And it lasts 3 turns, so like overcharging it's a lot of boom for your buck. So I had overcharged it to be 40% debuff resistance for 3 turns, and then she just removed it. And it's like, oh, okay. I guess we save our Buster up if we need to clear the buff block again. Pyro, imagine this as a boss fight. Imagine this. So you fight Tiamat and Fluffy together, but they inherit all the traits of each other and like all the best stuff. So they both have Fluffy's HP. They both have Fluffy's, you know, curse resistance thing. But then they have their own, you know, toolkits. So like Tiamat's doing the, you know, buff block and the debuffs and all that. So basically you have Fluffy and Tiamat. They both have Fluffy's HP. They both have Fluffy's, you know, positive gimmicks. They both have Tiamat's positive gimmicks. That would be absolutely bullshit because you could only remove the curse from one of them at a time. And if you impede, you would only remove one curse from like the other target. Like that would be impossible for a lot of people without using blue cubes or command spells. Now, if you're like a really busted account, I think you could still do it, but I think a lot of people, that'd just be impossible. Yeah, Krishtaria would be pretty annoying because he's got buff removal and he'd do his NP and all that. Oh yeah, and I guess Fluffy would be at neutral too. Oh god, that's terrible. Although he would do less damage, so that would kind of help you. Alright, we can overcharge Geronimo again, but we're actually about to fucking die, so... It's getting a little yikes. And I didn't put a lot of thought into my back row, so... This could be bad. Does Geronimo's heal get stronger with overcharge? It does. He's gonna heal for... Wow, it's so bad though. So the base heal is 1,000, which that's fine. It's like a bonus heal. It's not supposed to be like a Hans type NP. But when you overcharge it, it gains 250 healing. So when you get 2 overcharges, you gain 500 healing. And if you go all the way to 500%, then you've gained 1,000. It's not great. I'll take what I can get though. Actually, without Geronimo's heal, Salami would definitely be dead right now. Okay, Geronimo's been NP sealed. I can remove that with Atlas, but I don't even have his NP, so I don't think that's worth it. Okay, we're about to get obliterated. Okay, we save our Buster up for the thing. I'm gonna try to save Salami, but this might be futile. I can remove her dots. Is she worth saving though? That's the thing. It's not like she does that much damage. Like her dots are nice, but yeah, I don't think we do it. I think Geronimo is the most important unit, unironically. Because I still have a DPS in the back. Although her dying to the dot like that is pretty bad. Maybe I should have done that. But now I think Billy comes in now, and that's not so bad. Don't do that! I actually wanted Mash to die, because now Billy's not here. Okay, wait a minute. No, Billy's here. Never mind. Okay, gotta whiff Geronimo's first skill. Oh, the terror. So I'm just gonna do that. I don't want to bait a buff removal right now. I just want him to live to get his NP. We're struggling more than I thought we would, though. It's just the debuffs are starting to really add up, and we're not throwing out that much damage. Maybe I should just bring more damage and just try to kill her quicker. It's just very difficult for this account to go fast. I could do double Salami though, then you get a lot of dot damage that way. I could Rainbow, but that's not worth anything. Yeah, Rainbow Geronimo Buster card, let's go. The America team. It's actually about as American as it gets right now. They don't have a lot of stuff. I wish we would actually get more natives. That'd be really cool. Or if they just give Geronimo a fucking buff that was really good and then an animation update, I'd be happy with that. I like how we just got through that NP seal and then she just did it again. Well, that's annoying. I can art chain, but I'm not sure he's gonna live long enough to ever do it. I think I rainbow with Billy then. So the only unit in the back row is Jufu. And she's got like 20-30 or something. I mean, Geronimo's NP does heal the party, it's just not that big of a heal. But he's supposed to be a damage dealer first, and then it's like stuff on the side. And Geronimo's NP is good. There's no way around that. It's an upgraded NP. It's got a good multiplier. It has crit down. Crit down's great. Hits everyone with crit down. Does debuff resistance and heal. That's a perfectly good NP. And then his second skill works well with it. So that's fine. He's got like a solid base of a unit right there. It's just the other two skills are just awful, so it doesn't make up for it. But yeah, like AoE crit down, team-wide heal, AoE debuff resistance, upgraded NP multiplier, that is perfectly fine. Jufu can probably finish this off though if it goes south. It is kind of looking like it's gonna go south. Maybe I should have art chained with Geronimo though. He might have actually lived. I think it goes away after this, and then if I had art chained, he'd have his NP right now. Ooh. Actually, we still have it. It would not have mattered. I think everyone is dead. I might as well do this then. If I could NP, I'd be feeling a lot more confident. So Jufu has to do 112,000 damage. Nash might live. Actually, Billy might live depending on what she does. I think Billy's gonna have 81 health left. Yep. So I can remove the star gen down, I can't remove the buff block. Not really worth. We got this. There's no reason to heal, they'll die anyway. The heal won't keep them alive. And it wouldn't heal her because she's at full health, so there's just no point. And she has no debuff, so you heal like after this turn. And even if they live, I don't even want them to because I need her to solo because it's more damage. But like, that did 4,000 damage. Her heal would never have kept them alive, right? There's just no way. So, I didn't really expect us to kill Tiamat with Jufu, chat. I'm not gonna lie, this is not what I predicted. He's over here screaming, long live, I think you or something, I'm saying. This is kind of ridiculous. Chat, is this canon? I don't know if this is canon right now. Like, imagine Jufu screaming, long live you, and it's like on a doll and punches Tiamat in the face. She's actually pretty good here though because her massive self heal would make it very difficult for Tiamat to kill her. Get 10 Void Dust. Alright, chat. We beat Babylonia. I'm so glad. That was a fucking nightmare. Camelot was way more fun. Camelot was harder, but it was so much less of a drag. Babylonia was just kind of a nightmare there. I'm so glad to have that behind us. And now Solomon's next. Solomon's awesome. There ain't no filler in Solomon, so I'm super looking forward to that. I might wait just a little bit to do it though, because I do want to play some NA. We'll see. I don't know, chat. Maybe do we start a little bit of it today, or do we put that off to be like a separate stream? It should probably be in its own stream. That's probably the better way to go about it. All right, our level cap is now 80. If I do start it today, I could reset the stream so it's a separate VOD. That's not so bad. I don't want to play NA until tomorrow because I want there to be more than one Grail front. I want to have a bit more meat on its bones, so there's more to do. We can't Grail until we beat Solomon. $120 Gilead soon. My god. I don't know what we're gonna do about 120. We'll see. I like how Gilgamesh just gives you a Grail in Babylonia. Woo! That's quite the relief, man. Now, normally I'd be saving SQ for Lost Vault 4 because... Why can't I buy this? What? I don't understand. I have 7 and it's grayed out. Is that like a weird restriction if your inventory is full or something? Anyway, I'd be normally waiting for No, my inventory's not full. Anyway, I'm normally waiting for Lost Vault 4 to get Asclepius, but he's banned, so I might as well do a story summon, try to get some CEs. Come on, Edison, that would be great. I would love if we got Edison. Alright, make sure we don't do the mash rate up one. Okay, I think that's gone already, actually. No, it's not. No, it's not. But yeah, it's basically story with mash CEs rated up. We want to do this one. We have 50 tickets? Jeez. I'm kind of too lazy to use like all of those, but we'll see what we get here. Edison good. Obviously, like Canis CD is good. The Sunlight is good. Okay, there's the other 2030. I don't even remember like how that one is different from 2030. I actually forget. I think it might be like slightly less stars, but yeah, it's 6 stars instead of 8, I think. But then there's a secondary effect or something. Oh, right, you get overcharged. That's right. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's good for Hans and stuff. Obviously, Hans is... Oh, now I get it. That would have been really good earlier, but it's good we got that, because we're going to have to fight Ibuki someday, and that's really good for Ibuki. And... Oh, I was just saying I wanted Cope Scope, because our supports need it. Dude, I got 2 K-Scopes, and I got a Cope Scope. Pretty good. I think Carmella is banned. Yes, Carmella is banned. Okay, so no go on that one. Yeah, Steno is the only gold assassin that's allowed. Well, rare prisms, you know. Double Boudica. Worst master ever, by the way. I think all of this stuff is banned. More Kimlon is good, though. Oh my god! That would be so good if she wasn't banned. That is such a good pull. That's what so many accounts want because DPS casters are so rare. That's like, oh, fuck off. But that's like one of the best spooks you can get right there, dude. But yeah, it doesn't do anything for us, unfortunately. It's just rare prisms. But yeah, that'd be so good on a regular account. Okay, that is all. This is the only thing that's not banned, and we're not using him anytime soon. So let's see if we got enough Kodamine craft essences there to limit break it. It's a very useful one, honestly. It's nice, cheap. It's 4-star and gets a nice defense. Yep, we got enough. Do I already have one that's leveled though? I don't think so. Alright, fantastic. We'll save the tickets in case they add something that we actually want. They might add a unit at some point and it's actually trash. We don't want to have nothing saved up. Love to limit break Art of Death. That'd be fantastic. Where are we on that? We are not even in the ballpark. So we're actually going to use this CE for Guadia, most likely, unless I've got a better one. But it's got Sure Hit on it, and or Solomon, or wait, it's Guadia, but you know the Solomon's fight. Sure Hit will make that way easier. So we need 2 more Art of Deaths to limit break it. So no dice on that one. Oh wait, no, one right there. We only need 1 more then. All right, that's good. Okay, we've got 3 2030s. That's actually pretty wild. Go ahead and level Cope Scope. Pretty lucky how many DEs like that we've gotten. Although I've found on a lot of accounts, you do, especially because the added Cope Scope, so you have 2 craft essences that have 80 starting NP. So your odds are actually pretty high, especially if you're rolling story. So generally you get a Cope Scope or a K Scope before you limit break, like Sakura Scope or Ilia Scope now. So no joke, that the only time that may not happen is if you only roll like banners that have rated up 5-star CEs on them. Okie dokie, let's see, what do we want to do here? We could do a bit of the event. What do you think, Chad? Do we start Solomon today? If we do, I'll just reset the stream so the VOD is separated, but, or do we wait until... I mean, there's not a lot going on other than NA. I don't mind starting it, but, it is already a bit late. We'll see. Oh, we are not, this account is not soloing shit. That's not gonna kill Guadia. Alright, yeah, let's do a little bit. Well, we'll give it a little poke, but hold on, before we do that, let me do all the management stuff that we want to do. Because we're allowed to level up to 80 now. Yeah, I don't mind doing a chunk of it. Okay, so he can go to 80. Not that we're gonna use him for Guadia, but... So I think you can start it, Cairo, it's just you can't get to the Guadia fight. I'm pretty sure that's what locks you out of MASH. But we can check when I start it. Okay. I mean, not much we can actually take to 80, to be honest. I really need to foe her. We're gonna want, well, actually, I can't use my MASH for Guadia, but Cairo can use my MASH for Guadia, so I need to give her foe items for Cairo. Okay, good picks though. Do we even have what she needs? No, absolutely not. Matahari is actually a unit that we're gonna want for Guedia. Like, we're gonna want to do the whole skill seal thing. I mean, of course we're taking... What I literally just said I would foe my mash so Cairo could summon my mash. Okay, 22 proofs. I think I can still buy some from with Pure Prisms, though. Oh crap, she needs feathers. I don't want to use Pure Prisms on that. I'm gonna have to farm that. Well, we're definitely not gonna beat Solomon right now, then. Part of me wants to wait, because I kind of don't want to start Solomon until we can, like, do... Like, really do it. I don't want to just do, like, a tiny bit and then wait, like, a while. Because I want to be... I want Matahari leveled up. I want to do the strengthening quest, because we haven't done some of the strengthening quests. So, I kind of want to wait. I mean, I don't know. We could at least do the intro. I think it's okay if we do, like, the intro, the first few fights, and then we save, like, the meat of it for later. That's probably fine. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I don't know, though. I'm in two minds about this. Don't get why it works that way. Okay. Cause like, all right, we'll do a bit of Solomon. I'm in the mood to play the game, and we're not gonna like finish the whole thing, but we'll do that. All right, let me quickly restart the stream so the VODs are separated, and then we'll come back with like maybe an hour or so of Solomon.